that you knew all along about me saving Lynn tonight. If you knew, why didn't you try to stop me? It's simple. Because I couldn't, even if I wanted to. Huh? Why not? Remember the thing about individual differences and the power we get? I can control all kinds of things, from the living to the dead, but even so, there's some things that you can do that I can't. You mean, I can't even rewind time, let alone change the fate of a death. If I could do those things, I would have saved your life. Not only that, but I never would have just let my fiancé stay dead like that. But you're here 10 years in the past now. That's thanks to your powers. I just tagged along with you. Okay. So, Sissel is unique even with the ghost powers, apparently. So a cat got the best powers. In any case, now the starting point of this entire tragedy has changed dramatically, altering fate. The fate of your death, the kitten Sissel's fate. And I can just bet you the fate of the woman you love has changed too. Yes, I believe you're right. So, this was the last fate to be averted, eh? Fate averted! Yay! Final fart averted. No more. So, Yomiel, it looks like your plan for revenge ended in failure. Yes, and I'm glad too. Yeah, I mean, now no one dies by him. I think I kind of understand now what you've been feeling these 10 years. She understood. She shed tears for me. That's when my revenge was over. She saved me from the darkness. Okay, thanks, Lynn. Your rooster hair saved everyone. Well, I guess it's time we got back. A new 10 years later was just born. Wow. Right, we should get back to our new present. I can't wait to see Miss Lynn and Miss Camila again. Aww. So these past 10 years will now all vanish. Well, not completely. The memories of all of us here will remain, including the memory of what I did, my crime. That's the way this game of the dead works, eh? And no matter what the reason. There's no denying the fact that I took Lynn hostage and tried to point a gun at her. I have no intention of running away from that either. The most inexcusable crime in my new life. I mean, you did a lot more inexcusable shit in your old life, like kill people. Hey, Sissel. Yes? When we go back, our fates will no longer be interconnected. It will be like we never met. So before that happens, I just want to say one thing. Tonight, I stole away your life with my own hands. I'm truly sorry. That's already a thing of the lost past. I'm a cat. I don't give a shit about anything. No, our fates have changed now, right, Yomiel? Thank you, Sissel. I'm so very glad I met you. Me too, Yomiel. Sissel! Are we ever going to see each other again? I couldn't stand if we weren't. Don't worry, Missile. I bet we'll see each other again someday. See, cats and dogs can get along. 10 years from now, our paths are sure to cross. We'll just have to wait until then. Sissel, I'll never forget you. I'll never forget you either, valiant little doggy. Well, it looks like you come to live with me now, so let's be getting home, little black cat. Home, huh? That sounds good, Detective Jowd.
It's a home.
We all witnessed the birth of a new beginning, and now we're each going back to our own new present.
I want to see what they do.
Yeah, you'll see. Good. But there's still one unanswered question. We said goodbye to the parts of our stories that would be lost, believing that someday our paths would all cross again. But first... What's good? Wait! Do you remember one character that we still haven't really gotten the mystery of? Before you go back to the new present, I want to thank you. Him.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Light.
Before I cease to exist. Now, do you think you know who he is? Oh, it's you. Yes, it is I, Ray, in case you have forgotten. Again, thanks to you, everything has turned out as I had hoped. I am really grateful to you, Sissel. Thank you. But don't forget, I was only on a journey to find my lost memory. Yes, I know that. I know all about you. Can I ask you a question, Ray? I want to know, who exactly are you?
Is he the fiancé? No.
That's what I thought at first, actually. Fair enough, I will tell you. Let me tell you about another version of tonight's events.
Ooh. Getting deeper.
Yeah. You changed the fates of many people tonight, the first of which was hers. Yeah, by that. Oh yeah, I still killed people. Just remember that. There's people that I have killed tonight.
Right.
But I mean, we're going back to a new present, so everyone is still alive. Unless they got killed by someone else. If you had not been there for her tonight, her fate would have been to die in that lonely spot on the outskirts of town. If that had occurred, what do you suppose would have happened? The umbrella would have... Let me tell you a story. The story of a little creature. Oh. After they stole her life that night, they broke into her apartment. And there's Bissell, being all happy. And, oh, there's Yomiel. What's up? Oh, what happened? Why are you looking at your phone right as they shot?
Look at my phone.
They stole the wooden box from the ceiling hiding place and left. And in the process... Oh. Yep. 2 bodies. 2 little dead bodies were left behind, so they killed both Missile and a little girl.
Wow.
Assholes.
Really?
Yeah. However, the little fellow's spirit lived on. He desperately reached out his paw towards his mistress, and that's when a miracle occurred. He had a power. What? Look at that! The powers of the dead, but how? He didn't really understand it himself, not yet anyway. But with all you know now, I bet you understand it, do you not? Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, look at where he shot him. Like, right there. Right when Yomiel was being all radiation.
Right.
That's right. He died inside the aura of that strange energy. Do you get it? Do you get who Ray is?
Yeah. No.
Unfortunately, with his meager powers, he was unable to save his little mistress. There just wasn't anything he could do with only the power to swap objects. He needed the power to manipulate objects in order to save the little lady. The little fellow chased after the men, but there still wasn't anything he could do. Yeah, he went, like, all the way down to the bottom of the ocean. In the end, he was left behind with a man in red in the deep, deep sea, and then... He went back. He went back to the world of 10 years before, to the moment of the man in red's death. What? Yeah, and he did that. You still don't get who Ray is?
No.
Oh, and blah. He decided to wait it out. He decided to wait until that night came again. And here we are, and that's the other version of the story of this night. A story that has taken these 10 years to be retold. So that was you, huh? You get it? You get it?
No.
It's older, Missile.
Oh.
That's right, I'm Missile. 10 years is a very long time in dog years.
That's right, he's an old man now.
You couldn't change the fates of these people on your own, so you decided to wait these 10 years out.
Oh?
Yep. And then, exactly, and then at last, that fateful night rolled around again. But he's a ghost, he shouldn't be aging. And then, and by the time I had grown old and my powers were weak, so I decided I need to find somebody to help me this time around. And you got that. Somebody who possessed different powers than me. But wait a second, you were able to manipulate that desk lamp. Over the course of the long years, my power changed. My ability to swap objects weakened, but I became able to manipulate small objects. But in that case, why didn't you cooperate with yourself? Because I couldn't, huh? From watching the Man in Red, I found out there were individual differences in our powers. I couldn't do any of the things he could do, like travel through the telephone lines, for example.
Oh.
What? It may not seem like much, but it's a very important power.
Of course it is.
Especially if you're trying to chase somebody. But there's something I don't understand. You knew from the very beginning that I had that power. How did you know so much about me? Why wouldn't I? After all, we had met before on that night, the first time around. What? We met before? Yeah, what happened, though? From listening to the conversation of the 2 intruders to the apartment, I learned that Miss Lynn had lost her life at that junkyard on the edge of town. Okay. I followed the ghost world paths to the junkyard and came upon an incredible scene. Yeah, all this bullshit happened. And he's dancing like a dog. Imagine, if you will, there's the darkness, a twisting and swiveling desk lamp. It made my first stand on end, I can tell you. That was me? So I was shot on that night the first time around as well? Yeah. You had lost your memory that time, too. You had just died, and you felt confused. You declined to cooperate with me because you're an asshole cat. I did what? Yeah, let's see what you said. I just want to find my own lost memory. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. That's what you said. And then he just ran away. Without giving a shit about anything. Fucking hell, Sissel. This went over the phone lines, and then you disappeared. Away over the telephone line. So, what happened? I'm really sorry I didn't help you. That's why I decided that this time I would use that desire of yours to our mutual advantage. Mutual advantage? The only thing you were interested in finding it was finding your own lost memory. If I could guide you along the right path to doing that, we would both benefit. And namely, the right path would be the path to the man in red, to Yomiel. What? I gave you the information you needed to know to set you in the right direction. And then I gave you a time limit. A time limit? That's right, as you know, I said you only had until tomorrow morning. If I hadn't done that, you wouldn't have found out the truth tonight. And the man in red would have been sealed away at the bottom of the sea forever. If that had happened, it would have all been over. Then you mean that thing about ceasing to exist? Oh, that? Completely made up. A little naughty of me, I know. But I just wanted you to use your time wisely. Oh boy, I hate to admit it, but this little doggy really outsmarted me in every way. Let's just call it the wisdom that comes with age. I mean, dogs, you're still a dog. And now it's time to say farewell. These past 10 years will cease to exist, and with them so will I. Missile, I believed in you. I always knew you could do it, and so you did. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Aww.
Missile. So you waited and waited these 10 long years, all for the sake of your two ladies, Lynn and Camilla, eh? Of course, because that's what doggies do.
That's right.
Now then, farewell, Sissel. So yeah, the most important characters of this game were animals, and so the story of a single night came to an end. Nobody but us knew what had really happened in this town tonight. The message is, be kind to your pets. I made my way back to a new present, because they might save you if you ever die.
Lives, right.
Yeah. And now we're going back to a new present. Let's see how that is. Okay.